It's time that individuals understand that New York State is a state where anti-Semitism or any other type of hate will not be tolerated by anyone, period.
Well, that was the New York Attorney General there promising to take action following a series of anti-Semitic attacks in the New York City area. The latest coming Saturday when 5 people were stabbed with a machete inside a rabbi's home. The suspect now facing 5 counts of attempted murder plus federal hate crime charges. Let's now bring in former governor of Arkansas and Fox News contributor Mike Huckabee. Governor, good morning to you. This is something we've had to talk together about too many times. These attacks are clearly on the rise. The statistics are there. What can be done about it?
It's such a bewildering situation. And what makes this most irrational is why are Jews being targeted like this? You know, Jews represent less than 2% of the American population, but 60% of religion-based hate crimes in 2018 were directed toward Jewish people. Now, that is radically disproportionate to the population. So something is driving anti-Semitism. Is it the BDS movement and all of the negative talk about Israel and Jews? Is it just something that is beyond human understanding, something utterly demonic, where people are just livid at the Jewish faith? I don't understand it, because Jewish people are some of the kindest, most generous, most civic-minded, most peaceful people. And for this to continually happen says something is driving anti-Semitism, and I don't think anybody yet has put their hands around it.
Yeah, and our thoughts are with that community as it continues to grieve this morning. We continue to follow that story and all the updates on the suspect there. We'll bring that to our audience as we get more details. Meanwhile, Governor Huckabee, here we are in the final hours of 2019. It is hard to believe. And we are going to transition into a brand new year, and it is a presidential election year. Tulsi Gabbard is grabbing a lot of headlines for a video that she put out on her Twitter account talking about the impact impeachment will have on the upcoming election. Here she is.
Unfortunately, the House impeachment of the president has greatly increased the likelihood that Donald Trump will remain the president for the next 5 years. We all know that Trump is not going to be found guilty and removed from office by the U.S. Senate. Furthermore, the House impeachment has increased the likelihood that Republicans will take over the House of Representatives.
So let's dig into a couple parts of that there, because she suggests that impeachment will only embolden the president. Will it?
I think she's absolutely right. And the reason is because she's looking at this with a much more independent voice. Most of the Democrats are like sheep. Whatever Nancy Pelosi, Gerald Nadler, Adam Schiff, AOC tell them to think and do, that's what they do. They line up and they follow just like good sheep. One of the reasons they don't like Tulsi, and they don't like her, they can't stand her. They've done everything they can to marginalize her, keep her off the debate stage and keep her quiet, is because she's telling the truth. Now, she's no Trump fan. She's, not a person who sympathizes toward Donald Trump or Republicans. Let's be clear. But she's speaking out from her heart, and she's got clarity that the rest of the Democrats simply don't have. I admire her for that.
You know, we all know, she says, that Trump is not going to be found guilty by the U.S. Senate. She talks about this emboldening President Trump. She also talks about this emboldening his supporters. What impact will that have on his voters, Governor?
His voters, Sandra, are on fire. They look at this. They see what it is. It's a sham. They say that they've been working on impeachment for over 3 years. But it's all based upon a phone call that just happened a few months ago. Everybody sees through that. They know it's phony, and they're angry, and they're fired up. And I think that the people who voted for Trump in 2016 will come out, and there'll be a lot more to join them, particularly the people whose jobs have gotten better, whose wages have gotten better, whose households have gotten better, whose 401ks are screaming out better. These are people that look at this and say, what are the Democrats trying to do? Why do they want to get rid of a president who's been so effective? Well, it's going to backfire on them.
We've only got about a minute left here, but she put out a prediction, and she says that this increases the likelihood of Trump's reelection. She also said it increases the chances of Republicans retaking the House. Any predictions from you, Governor Huckabee, as we enter the new year?
I think I will join Tulsi Gabbard in saying I think she's right. I do think the Republicans have a real shot at getting the House back, because after watching this horrendous parade of nonsense by the Democrats in the House, I just think there are a lot of House Democrats that are going to be sent home packing, and good, they ought to be. And I think the Republicans keep and increase their numbers in the Senate, which gives the president an opportunity to really get some things done if he has both houses of Congress, and maybe some of the people in both houses will work with him and get this country totally on track.
We will see when Congress returns in the new year how things get going. Governor Huckabee, it's great to end the year with you. Thank you very much.